Hello and welcome, I am Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some El Dorado in Europa Universalis 4. It's out, it's live, it's here, we're playing. Got like 3,000 people watching live on Twitch right now, watching me patch the game, because that's the first thing you do, of course, is make all your mods work again. But the first thing that I want to do, the very first thing, is I want to show off the little gimmicky strategy that I came up with when I was in ParadoxCon in Sweden. So it took me all of 10 minutes to break the game, according to Wiz being the project lead for EU4. He said that he's going to fix this like right away, so if you want to take advantage of this strategy, you need to do it like right now, because probably within a week or two at most, they're going to patch this out and make it so you can't quite do it the exact same way. So we're going to use the ruler designer, or the nation designer, because it's awesome. And the way you do that is you go to custom nation, select a province on the map to make your capital. And what we want to do is we want to choose Holland as our capital. And then from there, we're going to call it, of course, Trady McTrade, because that's just the coolest name ever. Trady McTrade's a lot. Or Trady McTrade or Trady McTrade's a lot. Trady McTrade's a lot. Oh, it won't get any longer. Fine, Trady McTrade. It's fine. Nation adjective, trades a lot. And we're going to do a randomized flag. There's probably like some cool flag we can make. Someone looks kind of Native American or something. You know what you can actually do? This is kind of cool too. You can redesign. You can make the rebel flag. You go to emblem. Emblem 0 gets it off, and then background. There we go. And then flag color. Let's see if we can make it. We're gonna look exactly like the rebels. We need a darker black. Is that the right way? Red on the left and black on the bottom. Yeah, I think that's close. It's close. They look like pirates. Cool. Okay, then this is important. You got to go here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna change ourselves to male, because why would you want to be a female ruler? I think it should default to male, actually. And here's the strategy, right? So we're making Trady McTrade, and the thing that's kind of broken about the current patch is that they didn't really prioritize the value of important centers of trade and estuaries. Like they're cheap. They're really cheap right now relative to what they do. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose a culture. Culture actually doesn't really matter for this strategy. Religion, we'll want to stay Christian. We'll stay Catholic. It's important to note that you can't choose the like Reformed or the other one, Protestant, until later on in the start dates. You have to wait for the actual Reformation to begin before they're available. They are available, but just not from the start of the game. Government type, this is very important. We're going to go to a regular, we're going to go to a republic. Looking for, not noble, we want a merchant republic. Where are you, merchant republic? Am I just crazy? Am I going right over it? Is it alphabetical? There it is. So we're going with merchant republic, right? And the reason for that is you get a bonus merchant. Okay, that's pretty much the whole reason. Map graphics, tech groups, fine. And we're spending points. So far we've spent 20 points to choose that government type. Now what we want to do is take our little buddy Oliver, and we're going to make him suck. Because every time you give yourself terrible stats, you get more points to spend. And the thing is that as a republic, you don't lose stability when your ruler dies. You do have to do the vote, and actually gives you Republican tradition. But we'll just make him a general and let him kill himself right away, which is fine. We get more points to spend. It is less effective on a republic than on a regular country, because they kind of recognize that it's a republic. But we're going to make him really young as well, because the younger he is with crappy stats, the more effective it is. So that gives us 18 extra points to spend, which basically covers the cost of being a republic. Next, we're going to go over to the next thing over here, and we get to choose our custom traditions. First thing we want to do is we want to go into here, and we want to find merchant. We want bonus merchants, and I don't remember which type that is. I think it might be diplomatic, actually. There we go, bonus merchants. Now, things that you take as traditions up here cost twice as much as ideas. So if you can afford to make it like your first idea, you'll spend less. You'll notice that when you hover over this up here, we can see traditions and early ideas cost more. So the normal price for a level 1 merchant is going to be, if you hover over it in here, you can see the first one costs 15, but because we chose it as a tradition, it costs us an extra 15. Make sense? So if we want to have a stupidly powerful early tradition, it's going to cost a stupid amount, because now we're paying the price from 15 up to 50, and then it gets doubled again because it's an early idea. And then on top of that, right now we're too focused on Diplo, so we're paying a penalty there. So we don't want to go with 2 merchants, but we do want 1. Next up, we could go with global trade power, but I think what we'll probably go for instead is, if possible, we want to get naval force limit. This isn't going to be the exact same one that I built when I was there. Where would naval force limit be? Naval force limit. It might be military, actually. Alright, subject force limit contributions. Land force limits here. So you would assume naval force limit would probably be diplomatic then. Naval force limit modifier. So the very first one is 0 points. You can get 7.5% increase for like no cost. We're going to go to probably level 2. It's not going to cost us too many points. Right now we have that penalty, we have too much diplomatic stuff. The rest doesn't even really matter that much. We don't care if we're paying for... Like, we'll have to get rid of one of these diplomatic ideas. Which one would we get rid of? Morale of navies? Yeah, let's change that to like administrative. It doesn't matter. The later on stuff doesn't matter for this strategy. You could pick whatever the hell you want. The most important thing is that you get the merchant, you get the merchant republic, and then that you get like something that's also going to influence your naval force limits. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take these three. These all have estuaries. We're going to take London. Thank you. We're going to take. I think it was. You know what? And actually, it doesn't show them on this memo, does it? Yeah, it doesn't show the damn estuaries on here, but I think it was like Calais and Caen, whatever it's called. And we still have some 65 points to spend, so we'll spend these points trying to like consolidate our borders. We'll take Kent. We'll kind of go along the coast here, and then of course as much naval stuff as we can take. And the other thing that's really cool is that because our capital is located inside the empire, we're actually a prince, and we don't have to worry about that, which is good. We'll take Friesland. We'll take Gelry. Can't take Gelry. Essex, too much. Anything else we can grab? Take Norfolk. I think 202. Is there anything else we can do to reduce our costs just slightly? Yeah, I guess I'm okay with this. It's all coastal, which is very important because it increases your force limits. We'll have to go with, we'll take Norfolk. It's not going to be contiguous, but it's fine. Okay, are we ready? Now here's why this is so broken. This is what's so ridiculous about it. When we load the game up, we're going to have all of these estuaries are going to increase our base force limit. Each merchant that we own increases our force limit, which is multiplicative with our bonuses as well from the national tradition, right? The 15% bonus force limit. So when we look at some of these provinces, right, we got all of the estuaries in the English trade node. We have 85% control of this node, and we have no one protecting trade yet, right? This estuary here gives you 2 force limit, and then the Rhine estuary gives you another 5. Looking at our naval force limit, we have 73 force limit. And what the game does is it automatically gives you ships equal to like 2/3 of your force limit. So notice how we start off with 50 ships. We have 15 heavies, 22 lights, and 13 transports. So what we could do is we could just sell these heavies to whichever ally we find, make a ton of money, and then build up 73 light ships, take all of the money from the Lubeck trade node. Let's actually get this started a little bit. We will, at the very least, we will mothball the heavies. We'll keep the transports around. Let's get you guys protecting trade in Lubeck. And now, here's the other thing that's really good about it. We've got these merchants, right? 4 merchants. Each merchant increases your trade power in your capital by 10% if you don't collect from trade. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the trade map mode. We're going to take our merchants, and we're going to make sure that they are not... What are they doing right now? We've got you transferring trade power in Lubeck, transferring trade power in the North Sea, Champagne, and Genoa. So none of these make much sense. What we want to do instead is we want to use this inland bonus, this new caravan system. So we want to go to Champagne, yes, and we want to transfer trade, and we're going to have to steer towards that one. We're going to send a merchant over here as well. We'll take the one from, say, Lubeck. Because Lubeck can really only go in one direction. There's no reason to steer from trade there. Then we want to go to, like, say, Vienna. I'm going to transfer trade power, the guy who's in Genoa. And then probably one more, we could probably do Saxony. Transfer trade power, the guy who is in the North Sea. Again, we don't care about the North Sea, because whether it's going towards Lubeck or towards the English Channel, it doesn't matter. Either way, we're going to end up having a lot of control there. Now, I'm not going to play this campaign very long. This is like just the gimmicky, like, let's show you how to do this type thing. But once we get this going, and we actually get a month to tick by, take a look at this trade power. 85% control here. Now we have 20% control here. Trady McTrade. We've got just a tiny bit of trade power here so far. The aristocrats are in control. We need to actually vote someone else in. So right now we've got the aristocrats, which gives us morale and a bunch of other stupid stuff. We want the traders, obviously. That'll give us some global trade power and naval maintenance reduction. Or we could do the guilds, but yeah, we'll boost this thing. Tiny bit of Diplo points. That'll take effect like immediately. So now this will update next month. Instead of having a penalty, we'll have a bonus. And now when we look at these inland nodes, as soon as the merchants have all arrived, look at this, Trady McTrade, 68.5 trade power in a node that we have no territory in. We have nothing here. Trady McTrade, 68.5 trade power. Like, sure, Austria's doing pretty well because they've got most of this node, but we have 68. We have almost as much trade power as like countries that actually are in these nodes. And then when we look over here, again, we have no ships protecting, but we have 83% control of the node. And this is the most important part. When you look in the ledger, look at the income page. We have the most income of any country in the entire map. And we haven't even built our trade ships yet. We haven't sold all of the heavies that the game spawned us with. And the people who would normally be our biggest enemies, like Burgundy or France or England, are all crippled because we control all of the money here. And it was really funny because during the EU4 stream that we did with Johan, Quill, and Mathis, Johan tried to like build a country. He's like, kill Arumba, right? And he's like, oh, I'll just kill you. I'll be a step horde and I'll kill you. But then later on, like not even 30 minutes later, he's like, well, but in the end of the day, it's money that wins the game. It's money is what wins wars. And I'm thinking, hold on. Money is what wins wars. Not only do we start off with 250 ducats because the amount of money you start off with is relative to your income, but we also have the most income of any country in the entire game. And somehow you think you're going to beat me with your little step horde in the middle of a western area? Nah. It's not going to happen. 9. Anyway, so this is Trady McTrade. I think it's a lot of fun. I think you should try it out. I didn't play very much yet, but I just know that this would be an OP as hell build. I want to show you guys how to do it. So give it a go. I would, if it were me and I was actually going to play it, I would probably spend a little bit more time trying to pick out some modifiers that will work well. But again, the keys are get all those estuaries, and you'll get stupid huge force limits, and it will be awesome. Again, every merchant that you get, it doesn't say anything about it here, but it's increasing force limit by 5. It'll say right there, from merchants plus 10. And of course it multiplies together with naval dockyards. So it's pretty sweet. Anyway, make our guy into a ruler. Oh god, he's so epic. A 2221 with 4.9 tradition. See, this is overpowered. Alright, cool. Alright, I'm going to take a break here. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.